Hello, my name is Julio Alvarez and I'm going to introduce you innovative molecular diagnostics, a great business opportunity for investors in the field of biotechnology. The molecular diagnostics of pathogens that cause infectious diseases is undergoing a dramatic change under the influence of two powerful trends. The first trend is miniaturization. Technological advances in several fields of nanobiotechnology allow the miniaturizations of devices to such extent that all the reactions and procedures made in a laboratory needed to detect any pathogen in any given sample can be set up on a chip of only few square centimeters in size, called lab-on-a-chip LOC or biochips. Right now we see the picture of a lab-on-a-chip held by a tweezer, so you can see how small it is. The second trend, based upon the advances of miniaturization, is point-of-care testing (POCT), or doing the test where the sample is taken, using a portable or handheld device instead of taking the sample and send it to a core laboratory facility which could be far away. In the diagram of the point-of-care lab-on-a-chip, you can see all the steps of the process integrated on a chip, from the sample intake to the signal generation, which is read by the handheld reader. Point-of-care testing has several advantages over the traditional way, but basically, the dramatic decrease in the turnaround time saves priceless time, which is critical for the successful treatment of any infectious disease or for the epidemiological control needed in some industries. Point-of-care testing can also save a lot of money, making the tests affordable, less costly, and because there is no need of a laboratory facility with costly instruments and trained personnel. Nowadays, pathogen molecular diagnostics in salmon aquaculture comprise sampling at the aquaculture farm, a costly and time-consuming transport of the sample to a core laboratory with expensive infrastructure and costly instruments, where qualified and trained personnel test the samples and report their results to the fish farmers and Pesca, the National Service for Fishing and Aquaculture, the government authority in charge of epidemiological surveillance. We introduce you Pathotest, our trademark pathogen molecular diagnostic system of point-of-care testing. The advantages of this kind of test are immediate analysis, minimal turnaround time, lesser cost per test, no need of costly instruments, no need of expensive infrastructure and a core laboratory, easy to do, user-friendly, a real-time results, point-of-test geolocalization, faster and easier decision-making for the users and the sanitary authority. The growth potential of sales in the salmon aquaculture market resides in the first place in the expansion to other markets, first and foremost Norway, who has 55% share of the world market. Chile, our starting point, has 25%. The graphic below shows the positive growth trend forecast for the global aquaculture market in the coming years, which will reach over $209 billion by 2021. Being the molecular diagnostic market a derivative of this one, we can expect the same positive trend for molecular diagnostic demand. All the market research studies point out that the point-of-care molecular diagnostic market will be in full expansion in the coming years. The current market size is $16 billion and the forecast is that it will reach over $36 billion by 2021. Well, this is me, your humble servant, founder of the company. I am Master in Biochemistry from Havana University and the Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology in Havana, Cuba. My current position is Product Manager of Molecular Biology at Winkler in Santiago, Chile, where I have been living since 1995. My areas of expertise are molecular biology and biotechnology, as well as marketing and sales of this kind of products. Now I'm going to introduce you my immediate collaborators. First, Mario Fernandez, a software engineering from the Polytechnic Institute of Havana University, CEO of GoSocket, founder and CEO of Signature South Consulting, both software companies. As CEO of two companies, Mario has no time to work hands-on for this company, so his role but is advisory on software and international expansion matters, as he has had the experience of expanding his company to several Latin American countries. Second, for the project of Pathotest for Salmon Aquaculture, Pedro Bustamante, PhD in molecular biology from the University of East Anglia, England. He lives in Puerto Montt, the Chilean capital city of the salmon aquaculture industry. His expertise is precisely in pathogen molecular diagnostics in salmon, and he offers consulting services on this matter for a living. I count on Pedro for testing and validation of Pathotest, and taking into account his expertise, I can think of a better candidate to do this job. This is just the beginning, and as new projects may come, I will look for experts to join into our team. But from these two guys, you can grasp the idea about what kind of people I am looking for to work with. Now let's take a look at the collaborative and strategic partnerships. Two Poor Guys and Pinpoint Science, two companies located in Santa Cruz, California, you won't believe how close are one from the other, have developed novel POCT platforms available for us for assay development by way of strategic partnerships. The Biosensors and Nanobiotechnology Group of Baskin School of Engineering of the University of California, Santa Cruz, headed by Professor Nether Portman, creator of the technology of Pinpoint Science. I look forward for collaborative work with this lab for future innovations and product development. The Center for Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology of the University of Chile in Santiago, headed by Professor Juan Asenjo. I worked for him when I came to Chile from Cuba, and we have been friends since then. This is the de facto research and development laboratory of our company iMDx. When you found a biotechnology company, you need a huge investment in laboratory equipment, which usually take the lion's share of any budget devoted to this kind of enterprise. Therefore, it's a blessing that we can count with such state-of-the-art facility for R&D without wasting a cent. And last, the Laboratory of Aquatic Pathogens Center of Biotechnology from the Catholic University of Valparaiso, headed by Professor Sergio Marshall. This is the reference laboratory of Cernapesca and OIE, the World Organization for Animal Health, for aquatic pathogens in Chile, and such as they have samples of the Norwegian strains of pathogens, so we can validate Pathotest for the Norwegian strains of pathogens before we set foot in Norway to sell Pathotest. In summary, point-of-care testing is a major trend of molecular diagnostic market with huge growth potential. Innovative Molecular Diagnostics, iMDx, is a company devoted to develop systems and assays for molecular diagnostic point-of-care testing. Having access to innovative molecular diagnostic platforms by way of partnerships, iMDx will focus on assay development for different applications and markets, starting with aquaculture. Starting in Chile, we will expand to other countries, mainly Norway, the biggest market. Gathering an excellent team of experts in different areas and building a network of collaborative partnerships is essential to succeed in a technological business like this. Thank you for your attention.